Right then. I've done a little sketch. Right, let's just wet all this. Oh, my watter's a bit mucky. Not to worry. I'll just go to there like that. That'll do. There we are. Nice blue sky. That's a bit runny actually. Let's take that right. In fact, no, it don't matter. Just go to there. It's got some bushes going in anyway, so that's okay. Let's thicken this up a bit. That's too wet and it's ruined my paper look. Got that blotchy look on my paper now because that's too wet. Get some thicker paint on. That's better. There, fade it down like that. Down into that's it. Sand. That sand as a pan, right. I'll just get that same blue colour. And just stick in some background bushes. Let's come from edges and work my way in. Something like that. Oh, that's it a bit. That's it. And then I'll bring it to that. You know what? Let's get this this brush and just bring it down with this one. This has just got a bit of water on it. Rather than washing that paint away, I'll get two brushes on go, and then because I'll need that paint what's on my other brush. Instead of wasting it, rinsing it, I'll leave it on because I can go into. That's nice, isn't it? That looks like a nice, like it's misting out at bottom. I like that. I like that. I wonder if, let's have a little go, if I can get a few, just that same colour blue, just a few little hints of a few twigs and stuff in tops of some of these. To go mad, that'll do. There. Right then. That same blue colour. And I'm going to dab into a bit of mud at the bottom of my palette. I think this mud is a bit of Payne's Grey and Bontumber. Right, let's have a tree. There. See how that's that slightly darker colour look? Smart. That's exactly where I'm after. Let's say another one. There. Back into that colour. There, like that. That's nice. Like a little bush there. A few little bushy things. I'll leave a gap there. I'll leave a gap about there in that middle bit. Some more paint on my brush. Just come up there with a little brush and then bush, not brush, and then wax some. There's a bit more of that dark colour bit in there like that. Look. If you're not quite dark enough, just wang a tiny bit more Payne's Grey or Bontumber in it, and you'll be laughing. I'll lay a little bush there, look, and then I'll lay a fairly big one there, like that. That's nice. And then I'll leave a gap there on that end as well. Tell you what I'll do, this softening brush, and I'll just pull this, in fact, let's get a bit of paint on that, just pull this right down to that horizon line with my softening brush there. That's nice. There. Horizon line or hill line. Well, it's not really a horizon line, that hill line there. That's it, that's nice. Lovely job, my but I say another little bit of tiny hint of a bush or something there. A tiny bit more on me. There, that's nice. Oh, yes. Sorry. Right, let's get rig our brush. Same again, let's have a few. Start this side just because I'm right-handed, so it's easier for me. So a bit of something in that dark bit there, something like that. Just some hint of some twigs and stuff. It's good to have a few where them gaps are. There, I think that's enough. Yeah, I'll do. I ain't got to get every single twig and branch in. A lot of these little twigs will be hiding the main branches because this is a winter season. These aren't leaves, they're just twigs and stuff. Right, you know what? Let's give that a dry. Let's give it a dry. because I've got my paper a bit too wet, it's done that bobbly effect. It looks a bit like it's actually snowing. So again, it's like what Bob Ross used to say, happy accidents. That looks like it's snowing to me. And that's that bobbly effect. But I did that by using my paint too wet. I'm on cartridge paper. So you've got to be, if you use too much water by mistake, like I did there, you'll get that bobbling effect. Having said that, if you're on cartridge paper and you want it like that, because it does look like it's snowing, then do that. Use a bit too much water. I forgot to clip this. Let me put a clip on there. Yeah, so that's, like I say, what Bob Ross used to say. Nice happy accident. Right, what we got now? So I've got them there. Them there. I think now, where is it? It's about, there's a big one there, big tree there. So that's going to be Payne's Grey, bit of Bont Umber, bit of that blue. You know what, I'm going to stick a bit of red in and all because it's going a bit green. I don't really want the green in, so I'll add some red, take that green out. So I'm going for like a Bont Umber, Payne's Grey, and I've had to put some red in to kill that it's gone green. I didn't really want a green colour because I want it to look like twigs and not. I'll try and leave some gaps in there so I can show that tree behind. Look, I want this to look like twigs and not like big chunky leaves. It's supposed to look like there's lots of thick twigs and that on here. So something like that. Yeah, I pretty much covered that tree up in back, but it doesn't matter. Now I'm going to add some blue on top of that because I do want a bluish colour to it. I think keep it cold looking. So a bit of Payne's Grey, Bont Umber, and then like a glaze of blue, just dry glazed on top. Tell you what I could do now. See if I can scratch any twigs in. Oh, it's not wet. My paint's not wet enough. I could dampen it though. Let's have a go. Dampen it and try and scratch some in. I think some scratchy twigs might be nice on this. Let's try that. I could put scratchy twigs in there. Let's try that now. It's still not working. Now I've dampened it. I can't put my dark twigs in. Darn! Right, let's dry it quick. Oh, I don't want that either, that grip. Normally I don't care, but on this one I don't want that. That'll do, it's all going wrong. No, no! Get that drip out there, it's gone. It's not quite gone, but it's nearly gone. It's gone, look, just about. Oh, wow, we'll be right. Right, I've got to dry that now. What a drying. This is what happens. This is what happens with watercolour. It drips, it drops. You use it to your advantage if you can. If you can't, you panic and you get rid on it, and you'll be right. You don't really panic. You just enjoy it. Let me get a big brush and mix some colour, because me sort of brownish colour, it keeps going green. So if I stick a load of red in with that, right, I've got mud in my palette and there must be some yellow in there or something, it keeps going green. So I'm looking for a browny black colour, so I'm adding red in. I've got a massive brush and I'm just mixing loads up. I'm adding red in, and that's taking that green colour there, it's gone brown now. I've got plenty. Squeeze my brush out into my palette. There, I've got plenty of colour now. I don't like my hand because it's all on my hand. Right, that's perfect. Perfect colour. A bit of that blue in it now. There. Right, let's have a look. So now, get some twigs into this. That's alright, isn't it? That? And then, let's get a fatter brush. A fatter one. Let's try that. Oh, there's something coming out from about there, I'm thinking. That's looking nice, isn't it? Let's take it right down to that bit there. Something like that. There. I ain't got to get every See, that's might be coming from a big behind. Oh, let's join it up. Some bits where there's gaps might be where there's bits of twigs and stuff in front like that. Look there. That looks nice, doesn't it? That's it. Lovely. Then I think I'm going to take that same colour and this here where there's that bit of a line. Look, I'm going to put that in. I'm going to through that tree there. And I'll pour a nice bit of shadow colour in there like that. Let's go into a bit more blue. Drag that up a bit. Something like that. Then let's get just pure water. Work quickly on this. If you don't work quickly, it'll stain and it not work at all. There, and that's good. That bluey colour. That looks nice, doesn't it? Like that. With little hints of white in it as well. That looks nice, doesn't it, that? Oh, I'm happy with that. Right, then, I think I'm going to do that. Same down here. I think I'm going to get that same bluey colour in here, just on this base, like that. Working quick, because you've got to work quick, because I've got to blend this, you see. So that's why I'm doing the quick motions, not because I'm showing off or because I want to make it. A lot of artists work quick and they don't explain why they're working quick. I'm working quick because I've got to, because I don't want them lines to dry. So I've got to work quick so they can blend. And I'll stick a bit more in there. Right, there we are. And then some of that brown mud colour, because we're going a bit closer now. Stick some of that in, so that'll pull it in a bit closer. There, nice. Now, this bit in now. So look, I can stick that back in with my rigger brush, which is not my rigger brush, my hike brush, which is over here. Right. So now, pretty much looking at just that sky colour onto. Let's have a look. Some of that sky colour in here. Right, I'm going to so this don't drip in, and it'll give me a bit of a waterline. I'm going to leave a tiny bit of line between there and there. There, look. That's my waterline done for me then. By doing that. That's it. A bit closer, nice. And then bring it down, keep it wet, keep it moving, because you don't want them lines. See the line, what's on the bottom there? You don't want that, so you stop that by keeping it moving. And then this line here, what I'm following, that is where it stops, you see. There, like that. And I achieve that. If you let it dry, you get little lines and marks in there, especially on this cartridge paper. It takes longer to dry on proper watercolour paper. But cartridge paper is brilliant to practice on because it's cheap and it teaches you all these things quickly. So when you get on proper colour paper, I like cartridge paper, I like painting on it, it's nice. I'll say it before and I'll say it again. Alan Crawshaw, professional artist and an amazing artist, always painted on cartridge paper. Well, not always, he did paint on all sorts, but painted on it a lot and he loved it. And so if it's good enough for our Alwyn, it's good enough for me, and it's cheap, so if you make a mess, you're like more relaxed, I find, because it's so cheap. If you make a mess, you're not as bothered. So I'll get a bit of blue in there for some shadows and stuff. Because we're dead close now, I think what I'm going to do, mix a creamy colour up, put a nice creamy colour in there. Let's try that. So creamy colour, bit of sort of light red or something, a bit of light red, bit of yellow, something like that. Any kind of red. You can use a bright red, and then if it goes bright orange, stick a bit of Bontumber in it to tame it, and you'll get a nice cream. Just keep mixing till you get a nice creamy looking colour. That'll do me. I only want a tiny bit of this in, tiny bit, just to warm it on that front. I've done that look. That looks a bit much, but I'm gonna smooth it. This paper's not very good at all. It's got that bobbly effect again, look. But like I say, I made it work for me because it looks like it's snowing. So that's cool. See that bit there? That'll look nice where that blebs. It will look nice. Oh, nearly forgot. nearly forgot. You know what, I'm going to dry it. It's all running everywhere. I'm going to dry it, and I forgot to put my reflections in my water. So I'll dry it, re-wet my water, put my reflections in. That'll be easier than risking it all dripping into all this. So we're getting on to the final touches now. See how my paper's cockled all over the place? Put it under some heavy books and that'll flatten that out, and it'll go dead flat and it'll look better when it's all flattened. I'll tell you another thing, what I haven't tried it yet, but I'm thinking about putting a tea towel over the top and ironing it and see if that takes the cockles out. I haven't actually tried it yet though, but I reckon that would work. Try it and put it in comments. There, I'm going to do that look there, and then soften it through, soften it across, working fast so I don't get no hard edges. There, that's just pulled that into the background from that bit, and in fact there, look, now this don't really matter, but I'll fill that little white gap in there. You could have left that. Sometimes when you got all these little gaps and that, it makes it look fast and loose and adds to it. Right, I want some reflections in here, and I'm just thinking, tell you what I'm going to do. Let me get, say, let's do it there. Put some water in there like that for a soft edge. Put my water in first, and then where's my hard edge? There, look, for my hard edge. Put something in there like that. Bit of dark in there like that, just to warm it a bit. That's nice. Quickly, working dead quick. I've wet my brush now to soften off. So you have to do that quick. From once that paint goes on there, you have to work quick into that softening off, or you'll end up with an hard edge. And you don't want an hard edge. That's what we're trying to avoid. Right, so we can do that, bring that across there, like that. Bleed that out a bit if you want. Soften it into whatever you like. Soften it as much as you like. Gone quite soft with that there. Nice. We'll do something with that in a minute. In fact, let's say another one of them. So we'll have some more. So one back there. So put some water in first. Then I'll get a hard edge. Working fast. That's my hard edge there. See, because I'm going into that water. It's softening it into there, a bit of that dark colour. Quick as I can. Wet my brush. Come back out. You've got to go quick because you don't want these hard lines. I'm tempted to do a hard line somewhere. So you can see. It's like that. See how that's an hard line there? When you're softening out this way, you don't want that hard line. And if you don't hit it fast, it'll dry that quick. You'll get an hard line in it. So just work fast, and you're not risk getting an hard line in it. There's a puddle there. I could dry it, and I might get a nice, what do they call it, cauliflower effect. What I'd like, but I ain't got time to mess about drying it, so I'm just going to dab it like that, and that'll do me. Right, but if I let that dry natural, I might have a lovely cauliflower effect there, what look like a bit of a bush coming through or something. So if you've got time to just let it dry natural, then try that. But I'm going to stick some little twigs in here, I think. Right. Wet my paper again, clean brush. In fact, I'm just going to wet the areas. No, I'm not. I'm going to wet it all. I'm going to wet the whole of this lake. Just do a lot. It's easier. And work fast. It's all about working fast. I've got to go fast now, because if that dries, I'm done. If this dries, I'm done. Because I need that soft effect. That soft wet effect's what I need, look. There. That's perfect. That looks like a reflection there, look, that bit there, that's further back. So I'm only getting that from about there, reflection in there, because it's so far away. And then there's a little bit there, like that. See them there, they won't reflect, they're miles away. So you won't even get the top bit of that. That's quite far away, that's far away. So you're only getting that top bit from about there upwards. Whereas as this, you're getting the whole thing. Add a little bit more in there. Always do a bit less and then add a bit more if you need it, because it's easier than you trying to take some out. That one can go more that colour, that's nice. You know what, I think we've about cracked it. Let me give that a dry. See, I've got an odd edge there, what don't look very good. I'm not too bothered because I can live with that, but see how that's soft, that looks like a reflection, that's gone a bit hard. But I'm not too worried. There, I didn't really want that splash there, but then I think sometimes an untidy splash sort of looks alright. Tell you what, I'll try and... This brush is good for... A stiff brush is good for washing that sort of thing out. Just try and blast it out a bit, look. There, it's actually damaged my paper, but it don't matter when that's dried. I'll flick them bits off and it'll be sound. Right, so we've got that now. Right, what I'm going to do now, mix a nice colour up. I think I'll have a bit of blue in it still. So I've got burnt umber, tiny bit of paint. Sorry, burnt umber, Payne's grey, and I've added a tiny bit of blue. And I think I'm just going to have like a little, one of them little bushy things what's just twigs everywhere, just coming out of there like that. Looks nice, doesn't it? Like that. Like twiggy things there. That looks nice. And then here, I think I'm just gonna that. Maybe the couple of bits coming through there. I can't go into that there because that's wet. I wonder if I can just come in there. Just have a bit there, and then let's have a one there, couple there. Then let's get, where's my light coming from? Not particularly done my light in any direction, so let's have my light coming from this side, I think. Yeah. So if I dab that brush now, I can get some little reflections and stuff, can't I? There. Little reflections. I can do that, look. That should look nice, shouldn't it? There, like that, look. A little one off there. One off there, like that, look. Little twigs there, them ones. That's nice, isn't it? And then I'm thinking, they're further back down the hill, I think. So I don't think I'm going to have reflections off them. I think there might be a bit of a reflection on that one. So I'm going to go mainly blue. Tiny bit of that brown colour and just that bit off there like that, so that looks like a reflection going that way off that tree. Like I say, these here, I think they're down over that hill, so don't think their reflection will be down back of there. I think they're behind that hill there, so they wouldn't reflect. Or you can have it, if you want to make them look like they sat on your own, they sat smack on top of that hill, you can put reflections in if you want. It's up to you. To me, them two are down behind a bit. That one looks like it's quite sort of on top, doesn't it? Yeah, let's bang a reflection off of that one then. Let's have a look. Yeah, we could have a reflection off that one. Through there like that. And shall I? Go on, let's put these on. So now, by putting this reflection in here, what I've done now then, you see, this is the way to think about things so it makes sense in your own head. What I've done now, by putting that in, I've put them right at the top of that hill and not down behind it by putting that reflection in. And that's basically it. There's some wet paper still on there. I could dry it to show you what it looked like dry, but then do you really want to sit watching me dry a picture? Probably not. Let's put a BD on it. Right, let's have it there. Bertie D. I'll put some bods in. I'll go for a bluey colour for my bods. I need to get out of here. I'm living here with my stupid stepbrother, Doofus, who's a nightmare to live with. because he's just that daft. My mum, Gertie D, and Doofus's dad. And my mum, Gertie D and Doofus's dad, they're not letting me have a drum kit, and they're not letting me have one of them, you know, like in a kebab shop, the kebab, like turny things, they're not letting me have one of them in corner at living room. I need to get my own place. That's my mission, that's my New Year's revolution, even though it's not New Year. I need my own place for my own space. Yeah, see, like Doofus could come barging in here any minute, talking dribble. Doofus, my stepbrother. He's not barged in for a while, but anyway, never mind all that. There we are. That's a nice, quick, easy one for you. See all them little dots there? When that's dried, they'll just brush off. So if you ever get damage in your paper, don't actually worry about it. It'll brush off. It'll be sound. There you are. See you on the beach. In it.